Rocky planets are the worlds with actual ground beneath your feet, assuming the ground is not molten, poisonous, or otherwise deeply unpleasant. Earth, Mars, Venus, and Mercury are all rocky planets. They are made mostly from rock and metal with a solid surface instead of the deep layers of gas found on giant planets. Rocky planets form from the heavier material left around a young star. Tiny pieces of dust and rock collide and stick together. Over millions of years, they grow into larger objects until gravity pulls them into something roughly spherical. The heavier materials sink toward the center, forming a metallic core, while lighter rock stays closer to the surface. But sharing the same basic structure does not make these planets alike. Mercury has almost no atmosphere to hold in heat. Because of that, its surface goes from extremely hot during the day to extremely cold at night. Venus went in the opposite direction. Its atmosphere became incredibly thick and trapped so much heat that Venus is now the hottest planet in the solar system. Earth and Mars tell a similar story. Earth has a thick enough atmosphere to protect its surface and keep liquid water stable. Mars has a much thinner atmosphere, leaving it cold, dry, and exposed. So the rock underneath may be similar, but the atmosphere around it can completely change the kind of world that develops. A gas giant is a planet with no clear surface to land on. From the outside, it looks like a huge ball of clouds, but those clouds are only the top layer. As you move deeper, the gas becomes hotter, denser, and more compressed. Eventually, it stops behaving like the gas we know and starts acting more like a liquid. Gas giants are made mostly from hydrogen and helium. They form when a young planet grows large enough for its gravity to grab huge amounts of gas from the material around its star. And once that starts, the planet can become enormous. Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. More than 1,000 Earths could fit inside it. The Great Red Spot alone is wider than Earth. Saturn is also a gas giant, but it is less dense and much more famous for its rings. Those rings are made from billions of pieces of ice and rock, ranging from tiny grains to chunks as large as houses. Uranus and Neptune are the ice giants of our solar system. Their blue color comes partly from methane in their atmospheres, which absorbs red light. But the name ice giant does not mean they are giant frozen balls. The word ice refers to materials like water, methane, and ammonia. Deep inside the planet, those materials are squeezed together under enormous heat and pressure. So instead of neat layers of frozen ice, you get a thick, hot fluid surrounding a dense core. Above that sits a deep atmosphere of hydrogen, helium, and methane. Neptune may look calm from far away, but it has some of the fastest winds found on any planet. A dwarf planet is round, or almost round, and it orbits the sun. So far, that sounds exactly like a planet. The difference is what happens around its orbit. A full planet has cleared most other objects out of its path. A dwarf planet has not. It still shares its neighborhood with rocks, ice, and other small worlds. Pluto is the most famous example. It is made mostly from rock and ice and has mountains, glaciers, and a thin atmosphere. The name Super-Earth sounds like Earth with better graphics and stronger gravity, but it does not mean the planet is anything like home. A super-Earth is simply a planet larger than Earth, but smaller than Neptune. Some super-Earths appear to be dense, rocky worlds. Others may be rich in water, with water making up a large part of the planet, and some orbit so close to their stars that the surface becomes molten, creating enormous seas of lava. One of the best-known examples is 55 Cancri e. It races around its star in less than 18 hours, so an entire year there is shorter than one day on Earth. The planet is likely covered by a global ocean of molten rock, making it one of the clearest examples of how extreme a super-Earth can become. A lava planet is defined by what is happening on its surface, not by how large it is. Some are super-Earths, others are much closer to Earth in size. What connects them is heat powerful enough to melt rock. Many lava planets orbit extremely close to their stars. The side facing the star can become covered in glowing oceans of molten rock, and because some of these planets are tidally locked, the same side may face the star at all times. One half is constantly heated, the other remains much darker and cooler. Kepler 10b is one example. It is slightly larger than Earth and orbits so close to its star that its surface may be covered in molten rock. On worlds like this, lava is not flowing from a few volcanoes. The landscape itself may be melted, cooled, cracked, and melted again. A world where rock behaves more like an ocean than a surface. Imagine a planet with no continents, no islands, just water stretching in every direction. On an ocean world, water may not be limited to a thin layer on the surface. It could make up a large part of the planet itself, creating oceans far deeper than anything on Earth. Kepler 138d is one possible example. Its water-rich layer may extend around 2,000 kilometers deep and make up more than half of the planet's volume. But it probably would not look like a calm, blue version of Earth near the top. Some of the water could exist as thick steam. Deeper down, it may become an extremely hot ocean or a strange fluid compressed under enormous pressure. Near the bottom, that pressure could even force the water into dense forms of ice. Despite the intense heat, one planet could contain steam, liquid water, strange high-pressure fluids, and ice, all stacked in layers thousands of kilometers deep. A mini-Neptune is a small planet hidden beneath a thick blanket of gas. It probably begins with a core made from rock and ice. While the planet is still forming, its gravity pulls in gas from the material around the young star. That gas builds into a deep atmosphere, covering everything underneath. The gas can take up a huge amount of space, making a fairly small core look like a much larger planet. From the outside, almost everything below is hidden. So from space, a mini-Neptune may look like a soft, cloudy world. But if you traveled deeper, the gas would become hotter and more tightly compressed. There may not be a clear surface where the sky suddenly ends and the ground begins. Mini-Neptunes appear to be very common around other stars, which is slightly strange because our own solar system does not have one. A hot Jupiter is a gas giant orbiting extremely close to its star. The interesting part is not its size. It is where the planet ended up. Some race around their stars so quickly that an entire year lasts only a few days. From that distance, the atmosphere can reach thousands of degrees. It expands, churns with powerful winds, and may even begin escaping into space. Hot Jupiters probably did not form this close to their stars. They likely formed farther away, where it was easier to collect huge amounts of gas, then slowly moved inward. WASP 12b is an extreme example. It completes an orbit in about 1 day, and the gravity of its star is stretching the planet into an egg-like shape. Its atmosphere is also being pulled away, leaving a trail of gas around the star. A giant planet placed so close that the star slowly begins tearing it apart. Most planets orbit a star. Rogue planets do not. They travel through space completely on their own. Some may begin inside a normal planetary system, then get thrown out after a close encounter with a much larger planet. Gravity can be a little unforgiving. Rogue planets can be rocky worlds, icy planets, or even enormous gas giants. But without a nearby star, there is no daylight and very little heat reaching the surface. Most would become extremely cold and dark. Some may still hold heat deep inside from when they first formed, but from the outside, they would be extremely difficult to see. That is the unsettling part. An entire entire planet could be moving through the darkness with almost no light to reveal that it is there. Not because it is hiding. There is simply no nearby star to light it. No sunrise, no sunset, just a world moving through complete darkness with no star to call its own.